Welcome back, everybody. Hope you all are having a fantastic day out there. I got a great video for you here today. All I ever ask is if you like talking XRP, XLM, XDC, and getting these crypto updates, you drop an X in the comment section below. Click that like button so we know, and of course, share this content. Let others around the world know exactly what is happening in this digital revolution as we move forward. Going to get straight into it. XRP Captain saying, can you imagine the magnitude when this breakout happens? I won't be surprised if XRP hits $100 to $130 in the next bull run. XRP consolidation from 2014, right? 2017 to 18 to 2024 full throttle. And you can see from this chart looking extremely bullish. And as we have this wedge and this consolidation, what is coming next? Now, XRP, well, ladies and gentlemen, Gary Gensler admitting to Ripple XRP is a currency way before he became chair of SEC. Yes, Gary is right. Banks do use XRP and it is a currency, but Gary, myself, and millions other use XRP all the time. And listen here.
Ethereum is quite big. A currency called Ripple that you might hear in the banking sector, currency called Ripple, currency called Ripple that you might hear in the banking sector. Central banks already issue digital currencies. It's called bank reserves. Ethereum.
Okay, so you are right. But it is XRP, the currency, not Ripple. Ripple is who is beating you in the case of Ripple versus SEC. And, you know, like I said, handed it to you on a platter that XRP is not a security. And moving on, we've got just in presidential candidate RFK Jr. saying BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street are robbing Americans of the ability to own homes. I agree with this man on several things, not everything, but I do agree right here that BlackRock is essentially robbing others of having that American dream, having the ability to buy a home and pushing millennials out because why? They are the fat cats that have the big money and the ability to do so. Breaking, JP Morgan says SEC will likely be forced to approve Bitcoin's ETFs following the Grayscale's victory in court. Why? We've got the federal judges saying that Grayscale was treated unfairly, that you've got the SEC approving Bitcoin risky ETFs versus Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF, which is just a very standard, safe, secure ETF. And so what JP Morgan just recently came out and said, and this was huge, is they will be forced to approve the Bitcoin ETF. Moving on, this is the only reason why I have invested into XRP, says XRP Captain, could be the next Bitcoin. Listen to what Bradley Garlinghouse says in an interview back in 2018.
Concern about regulation and what does that mean for digital assets? From the get-go, Ripple has worked with regulators, and we have worked with regulated institutions like banks where there isn't regulatory uncertainty. And so we have found that part of the reason why XRP has performed well is because people realize, hey, wait a minute, you know, back to your question, is XRP the next Bitcoin? If we work with the system to solve this problem, and we can solve that problem at scale, a problem measured in the trillions of dollars, then there's a lot of opportunity to create value in XRP.
But how can there be
And man, if that is the case, does it not seem like a $100 to $130 XRP is extremely reasonable? I've been on record saying I believe it will be a 4 to 5 digit token in the future. Not going to flip Bitcoin anytime soon, but given what we have coming to us in this next bull run, when it will be use case and utility, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Where do you see XRP going in the next bull run? We've got target to November 2023 update from Y copy to V and shape settlement. And so you can see this system moving ahead forward, and we know XRP, XLM, and XDC being a big part of it. We've got 114 billion with a B and a half in U.S. treasuries dumped by China and the new BRICS member Saudi Arabia. So obviously they're moving away from U.S. dollar and the reliance there. And I've got something to show you here a little bit later, but China is trying to beat us in an arms race economically, not necessarily militarily, but they are moving forward in this new system. Michael Branch says, The limited supply of XRP tokens may not be sufficient for handling global transactions at low prices, giving weight to a $10,000 plus price prediction. The 10,000 plus XRP scenario is based on foundational purpose and is merely speculative. And it is speculative. And we can sit here and say that we know for a fact XRP is going to a certain price, but no one has a crystal ball. No one exactly knows where it's going. What we do know is banks are interested in having this on not only on their balance sheet, but using it as for cross-border payments as a bridge settlement. Now, moving on, Ripple Swell AD in Dubai. XRP is already being implemented in UAE and Dubai, and you can clearly see Ripple right here on this massive building here being utilized in Dubai, which is extremely crypto friendly. We've got Wall Street Bulls saying breaking, banks are gearing up to the monumental shift with ISO 20022 XML standards by November 2023. So right around the corner. Beyond just tech, it's reshaping payments, chains, and processes. With 87% of global transactions set to adopt this standard, XRP stands at the vanguard of this transformation. Already embraced in 70 countries, this universal language ensures seamless processing across borders and making XRP a prime contender in this new age, this new digital revolution. ISO 20022 says, let's do it. Ripple partner ISDA, which is what? International, the derivatives market here. Ripple partner ISDA, which we've talked in the past, is a $quadrillion opportunity when you take a look at how big the derivatives market is. On Corda DLT, Distributed Ledger Technology Network for Derivatives, Securities Plus, and Digital Assets. I've got all this stuff on X, formerly known as Twitter. If you'd like to give me a follow, it's just at moltmoney. Moving on, Robert Kennedy Jr. This is what I'm talking about. China doesn't want a war with U.S. They want to bury the U.S. economically. And you look a little bit closer, you can see that the U.S. actually has about, 800 bases or so. As you can see here, China does not want a war with the United States. We've spent 3 times on our military what they do. We have 800 bases abroad. They have 1.5. What do they want to do? They want to try to cripple the U.S. economically. And that's why they try to rig this system and manipulate this system to where they say, oh, we are putting a ban on all of it, and then, oh, never mind, we are crypto friendly, we want in on this digital asset game. Tom Emer says SEC loses on Ripple, SEC loses on Grayscale. We will see how pending litigation plays out, but it should be increasingly obvious to policymakers that despite Gary Gensler's mass marketing campaign, crypto is not an industry rife with non-compliance. I just can't wait for the next major loss of SEC. Does it make you happy when the SEC loses? Because I know it certainly does make me happy, as we've seen them push out this long drawn Ripple versus SEC case well over 2.5 years, and making Ripple spend millions and millions, if not going to end up being billions of dollars when this is all said and done. Digital Perspectives Permable says, in 2019, I was fortunate enough to attend Ripple Swell while eating lunch and asked executive of Yes Bank in India, will you use XRP? What did he say? Here's his answer. He told me, of course we're going to use XRP, my friend. Why do you think we're all here? The food? We all laugh together. Don't believe it? Still true. Yes Bank at Ripple Partner now live with UPI interoperability on the RBI CBDC app. Also, Digital Perspective says, for all the people who say influencers are hype and shouldn't be allowed to talk about the great success of Ripple and XRP, well, this is where it comes from, Ripple. Now imagine the drive and determination has taken a small group of people to go from OpenCoin to Ripple, to work together to achieve what they've become today. The mission is not over. It's long, it's hard road, but I firmly believe Ripple will accomplish the mission of becoming a world reserve bridge currency. The people hating us don't. It's that simple. And that is how simple it is. You're either bullish or bearish. And I'm so sick and tired of the bears coming out and saying, you're all hype, to influencers that believe in XRP and Ripple, saying we're we're hype, saying we're moon boys, when all we are literally doing is stating the facts. In 2017, now underway, we remain hard at work, focus on adding exciting new features on the RCL and further improving the performance, stability, and quality of Ripple open source code base. Most importantly, we remain more committed than ever to the simple goal of making XRP world reserves digital currency. What happens when these Bitcoin ETFs are approved? What happens when we move into a bull run? What happens when the international banks start using XRP and XLM and XDC? November 2023 impacts on banks plus payment traffic will switch over, plus interbank payments must use the version of ISO 20022. Very soon, my friends, this is coming about. Now, breaking also, Colorado's Department of Motor Vehicles now accepts Bitcoin payments. This is just the beginning. This is mass adoption, though, my friends. This is mass adoption happening in front of our faces every single day as we start to see states here in the US becoming very crypto friendly. We also know that X, formerly known as Twitter, has a license in several, I believe over 30 states, a license to do digital payments. What do you think they're going to use for those digital payments? Of course, they're going to use cryptocurrencies like Doge, but more importantly, I believe they're going to be using XRP, XLM, and XDC to use for cross-border payments as they are slated to be perfect for the new system. Bitcoin Magazine, fun fact, El Salvador actually mines Bitcoin with 100% renewable energy from volcano. Just wanted to add this in. I think this is extremely smart, extremely brilliant on El Salvador, as they were one of the first ones to join us in this crypto revolution. And I think El Salvador in the future, I'm talking even just 5-10 years from now, is going to look extremely different than what it is now, because some will say out there that it's a third world country. And 5-10 years from now, I don't believe it's going to look anything like a third world country. Ripple pushes back against SEC's appeal request and the new court filing. This was big, obviously. Ripple pushing back against the SEC's appeal, saying we need a new court filing. So this is something we're going to want to watch very closely. In the latest court filing, the legal team representing Ripple Labs, the company behind XRP, argued the United States Securities Exchange Commission does not have grounds to request the appeal. This comes as the SEC looks to dispute Ripple's partial victory. And so on Friday, September 1st, Ripple's lawyers stated this new filing, and they are obviously dissatisfied with the court's decision. This is something I want to watch extremely closely, so make sure you do have notification bells, but of course subscribed, and make sure you keep an eye out, because that is something definitely around the corner. Something cool is dropping, speaking of around the corner, in 10 days, Stellar says. Now, this was just yesterday, so 9 days now. Get ready to gear up for the change that's got us all excited. I am extremely excited because we all know that Stellar is like a sleeping giant, very quiet often, but then boom, they will hit us with something huge, and they recently did hit us with something extremely huge, and they do that from time to time. So what is it going to be in 9 days? Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on Stellar. What do they got coming out for us? Lastly, I want to leave you with this. This is also extremely big because former SEC chair on a spot Bitcoin ETF says the approval is inevitable. Far cry from Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler trying to manipulate this industry, this 100% rigged industry at the moment. And you've got the former SEC chair saying what? It's inevitable. It's going to happen. We've got JP Morgan also saying it's going to happen. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions on all that as well. Don't forget to drop those X's, click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.